Well, hey guys, did you hear Harley Davidson is moving some of their productions for the US market to Thailand? Let's talk about that right after this. Well, hey guys, welcome back, my friends, once again to HarleyDayRider, your good old friend HDR. And I've been following this story now for some time, ever since it was released on the interwebs. Okay. And this is something that really, really can get your blood boiling. And there's a couple reasons for that. We're going to talk about that. But first, I'm going to actually read the article to you that I found. And we're going to talk about the reasons behind it. Obviously, it's going to be money. But what Harley Davidson actually made a comment at one time about, stating that, well, let's go ahead and read the article, okay? Let's just go for it. All right? So, okay, Harley Davidson is actually moving some of its motorcycle production to, you got it, you've seen the thumbnail, Harley Davidson in Thailand. Okay, and this is angering union workforce in the Wisconsin and the Pennsylvania plant. Here in York, Pennsylvania is where that plant's located. The change is also notable in the iconic American company, which some years ago vowed, they made this statement, they said, look, this will never happen. We'll never build bikes overseas for the U.S. marketplace. Now, they do build bikes overseas, don't get me wrong. And, being with tariffs and all that kind of stuff and, the transport tax and getting stuff from here overseas for the overseas buyers, I can see. Let's say if I lived in Thailand, I probably want a motorcycle made in Thailand. That's incredibly smart to do that, right? But they never were supposed to make any types of, any types of motorcycles for the U.S. market in any place but the U.S. Okay, we're going to talk about that a little bit. So Harley Davidson has backtracked on that promise. Planning to manufacture these bikes abroad will send them to the U.S. for American consumers, for you guys. Okay, Bryant, okay, president of the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers. That is the actual union that the Harley Davidson plant workers are a member of. Okay, they put into the statement. So Harley Davidson's announced to ship our work, the workers' work, and jobs to Thailand is to kick in the teeth to the American workers and a betrayal of the company's legacy as an American iconic institution, which they stated in 2019. Nearly 600 IAM members at Harley Davidson in Kansas City lost their jobs when the company shattered its facility, claiming that its Thailand plant would overserve the Asian and the European markets, they added. Okay, Harley Davidson confirmed the change, but disregarded with the union on the jobs issues. They disagreed with it. So they're disagreeing with the union, saying, look, you're not going to lose your jobs. Come on, guys. That's hogwash. We're just moving some production overseas. Why would you lose your job? Hey, companies do it all the time, guys. All right. So this does not have an impact on employment in U.S. facilities. So the company has said, at this point, nothing is going to change. All right. Additionally, they're building on an $89 million Department of Energy. They're using an $89 million Department of Energy grant here in the U.S. As part of this move. Harley also says it's investigating additional $9 million into its U.S. manufacturing facilities to strengthen their capabilities and capacity for core products. Now, the products that are going overseas, they're no longer going to be produced in the United States of America. Okay. Harley said in the Thailand plant, they're going to be producing the popular, I don't know if it's that popular or not. I'm just going to touch this camera. I'm just watching this. All right. The popular Pan America. So it's going to be the Pan Thailand. Maybe then rename it. The Pan America Adventure Bikes. The Sports Series composed of the Sportster, which really isn't made much, right? the Nightster, and the Nightster Special, all using the company's Revolutionary Max engine. So get that, the Revolutionary Max engine will now be built or composed or put together in Thailand. Okay, production of Harley's more expensive touring bikes, such as the trikes, softail models, and touring bikes, will remain in the U.S. according to the company at this time. Okay, as part of the overall manufacturing optimization strategy, Harley-Davidson is to temporarily transition the production of its non-core Revolutionary Max powertrain equipped motorcycles, Pan America, Sportster, and Nightster, to its existing manufacturer facility in Thailand for 2025. Guys, this is a fast move. This is quick. They've been thinking about this for a while. This is not something a company wakes up in the morning and goes, hey, Bill, do you think we should move some of that, the motorcycle parts and stuff to Thailand? They've been thinking about this for a while. This is something that's been cooking on the books, right? Okay. So Harley-Davidson opened a plant in Thailand in late 2018, largely in response to the 31% tariff the European Union slapped on the U.S. manufactured motorcycles, which in turn was a response to then President Donald Trump's tariffs on European steel and aluminum imports. Okay, so I'm not getting into politics with this. I just mentioned it because that person's in the article. Okay, so what happens with a company is, it makes good sense at this point, because what happens with a company is, if there's 33% tariffs on those motorcycles, so if they build them here and they ship them there, okay, it's going to be 33% more on top of that cost. Who's going to eat that? The consumers of wherever these bikes are going. Okay, so Thailand, overseas. Now, I don't know how it's going to work with bikes being made in Thailand getting shipped back to the U.S. I don't know what kind of tariffs that is. It doesn't really say in the article. It doesn't cover that. Okay. Okay. At the time, the president claimed Harley was using the tariffs as an excuse for moving production abroad. Many Harley-Davidson owners plan to boycott the company if manufacturing moves overseas. Great. So this president tweeted in 2018. Still, the company has struggled to grow its business and control costs. The average age of a motorcyclist in the U.S. has risen steadily as fewer young people have stepped up to take the place of the baby boomers, easing out of the saddle. So the baby boomers, such as myself, a lot of my close friends, we're getting to that age now where we're going to start aging out of the saddle, right? I know a lot of you guys are in your 70s and you're going, hey, Jack, hold it. 70, 75, whatever, right? So anyway, so we're aging out. We're going to be getting out of the saddle here soon. And Harley has no younger people to look forward to. It's harder to share the consumer dollar that's been strained by inflation, higher mortgages, student loan debt, and changes in discretionary spending. Okay, a lot of young people I see nowadays, man, they want fast cars. They want, they're not all motorcycle people. And motorcycle people, such as us, watching this channel, we're a very special breed of people. I love my Harley Davidson motorcycle. Now, do I love it because it was built in the U.S.? Or do I love Harley Davidson motorcycles? I do love Harley Davidson motorcycles. Now, I buy a lot of stuff that's made in China, Japan, Australia, wherever, right? Guys, if you shop at any department store, look at the tag where everything's made at. You probably won't buy anything, okay? So now, the only thing that does upset me, that is really upsetting with this, is American people losing their jobs, or anybody in any country losing their jobs, okay? That is very upsetting to me. Also, the company, so the stockholders and the CEO can make more moolah, right? That's all they want, is more moolah. How much moolah is enough moolah? You know, people make, $200,000 a year, guys. That's a lot of money, right? You could live very well on a couple $100,000, even $100,000 a year. I mean, my kids are actually making a lot less than that. And they have a house, and they have kids, they have cars, and they're paying for everything. They make a lot less than $100,000 a year. So how much moolah is enough? But this is the way to get more moolah. Get rid of some of the U.S. workers, send them on their merry way, and, just do it that way. I mean, I don't know why this front screen's not staying on longer. Anyway, So take that American worker, let them lose their job. They don't need money, right? They can go on public assistance for all Harley cares. Even though these guys have been dedicated, been there for 20, maybe 30 years working for Harley Davidson, and it's every company out there, not just Harley. So I'm not bad-mouthing just Harley Davidson. Is it wrong for them to move this production overseas? I don't know what the cost is to build these parts. I don't know what that looks like. So I wish I did, but I don't know all that. There's no details to that in this story. Is the American workers going to lose their jobs? Yes, even though Harley, every company says that. It's not going to affect the U.S. market. It's not going to affect the U.S. worker. Everything will be fine. It's going to be dandy. Then why are you moving it? Right? If everything's going to be fine and dandy, then why are you moving? Now, the only thing I can think of, maybe they're going to up the production of the U.S. models. I know I talked to our local dealer here, and he said there's a 2025 Road Glide Limited and a Street Glide Limited, or a Limited coming out with the Batwing fairing and a Road Glide Limited. So maybe they're going to ramp that up here in the U.S., and I hope so. I mean, I hope those come out soon. It's supposed to be 2025 with the full touring package built into it, because the American people, have been saying, look, we don't just want a Road Glide. We are a touring people. We want a touring bike. So they're going to do that. The reason it didn't come out this year, guys, there was a lot of 2024 Road Glide Limiteds, and they had to get rid of, 2023s, right? So they had that production. They just slapped 2024 on it because it's still a new bike, and that's kind of what happened with that. So, but anyway, just think of this, and I don't want to make this video any longer than it has to be. The main thing is they are moving these productions to Thailand. The Revolutionary Max is an engine that's been showing up in more and more bikes lately. I think it's going to show up in the touring bikes very soon. If you disagree with me, guys, put it in the comments below. I'd like to know. I mean, I don't know everything. I just get to research stuff and read these stories. And when it crossed my desk, I thought, wow, that's an interesting story to talk about, right? Moving stuff to Thailand. But Harley Davidson motorcycles, guys, the electronics in these motorcycles, they've never been built in the U.S. Ever, ever, ever. Remember that. Like GPSs have never been built in the U.S. They're just not. And if you go to a Harley dealer, and I have friends that do this, and really close family members go into Harley dealers because they want a Harley helmet. They want Harley oil. Harley don't make that stuff, guys. They slap their names on stuff. That's all it is. And then they charge you the $100 Harley tax, right? So, but let me know in the comments below what you think about this move. Are you going to boycott Harley Davidson and say, look, I'll never buy another motorcycle from Harley. Harley's the only one that makes Harley, right? So if you're going to ride a motorcycle and it's going to say Harley on that gas tank, you have to buy it from Harley. Can you buy used bikes out there? Absolutely, you can buy used bikes out there. There's millions of used bikes out there in great condition with very low mileage. I suggest you go out looking for those. Quit buying the brand new bikes. I was going to buy a brand new bike, last year. I was looking at them when they first came out, or 2024 this year. And I sat on it. It's like, oh yeah, I want this new shiny thing. But at the end of the day, you're paying all those extra prep charges we talked about and all the other stuff that the dealers throw on there that Harley pays them previously for anyway. But we did that video before. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hey, leave in the comments below what you think about this, about the Harley Davidson moving their production, because it won't be long, guys. It won't be long. I guarantee there will be no more Wisconsin plant, and there'll be no more York plant. Everything will be overseas, and they'll just pay to ship the bikes over here and sell them to us. And most people are going to buy them. So thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, remember, ride your own ride. I don't care what it is, right? I got a bike sitting over there, the Himalayan, which was made in India, and it runs absolutely great, and it looks very nice. So I bought it. I know it was made in India, not in the U.S. Take care, everybody, and I will talk to you next time. Till then, be safe out there. Remember, give me that big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. I love to have you sticking around to get more stories. I'm going to start digging around for more motorcycle content stories, I think, is what we're going to look for here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now, everybody. Take care. And ride safe. Bye.